Greetings, YouTube. Happy Thursday. We have another try to drain your units before July 4th offer to discuss. In this case, it's the Tier 5 Basic Cash, the kind of offer we saw maybe once every couple of months back in the day. And now we see this like maybe once or twice a week in some weeks. And I am very thankful for that because you see, one of the videos that I'm going to try to make probably for today is how I have never been happier playing this game than by not doing Alliance War. It has been a couple weeks now since my Alliance ran any Alliance War, and I am the most relaxed, the most at peace, and I'm enjoying playing the game so much more knowing that I don't have to place a defense, that I don't have to get my champ stuck for 24 to 48 hours, and that I don't have to fight BS credit card nodes against the BS credit card defenders. But the traditional argument of not playing Alliance War is, well, you're going to get behind the 8-ball when it comes to ranking up your champions, particularly your 5-star and 6-star champs, because when Alliance War first came out, the only way you could really get Tier 5 Basic Callous Fragments outside of, say, the uncollected or epic monthly event quest was through Alliance War rewards, and especially those also juicy Alliance War Seasons crystals. Well, now let's just think about that, right? I ended with my Alliance with a Gold 2. We were not happy with Gold 2, but it was Gold 2 nonetheless. We got not 1, not 3, but 2 Alliance War Seasons crystals for a month of Alliance War. That gave me 2,000 Tier 5 Basic Callous Fragments in those crystals for a month's worth of work. 1,500 units, or about $50 worth of units in this kind of deal, gets you more than 3 months worth of Alliance War Seasons crystals as it's currently constructed in Alliance War Seasons rewards. This is part of one of the many reasons why Kabam not upping the rewards greatly, but changing the difficulty and the map for the new season of Alliance War was one of the dumbest things I've seen this company do, and that's really saying something. It's funny to me because I remember back in the day, which I guess the day would be like 2015 or 2016 when I first started playing this game, 1,500 units, if you were lucky, got you this Tier 4 class Catalyst Crystal. Thankfully, those have become far more common, particularly because of things like the Glory Store and getting one free every month in the daily login calendar. But the items besides the 6,700 Tier 5 Basic, which is a good chunk of Tier 5 Basic, we have 2 Tier 4 Basics. I'd like that to be 3 to 5 because that's how many normally you need to take a, say, 4-star up. Now, a 5-star to rank 2, I think you only need 2, so that is relevant. A 20% greater attack boost, wish that was a plus 30% greater champion boost, but people like to hoard those nonetheless, so I get that. And 100,000 gold is not great. I would say this would be an amazing snatch it up deal if this was 1,000 units. 1,500, it still puts it at like a C plus, B minus range if you have the units. But at the same time, I have a feeling you're going to want to hold off on this because July 4th is right around the corner. We are 2 weeks away from today, right? From July 4th. And so unless it's an A or maybe a very high B plus deal, I would not encourage you. Now, if you're 6,700 Tier 5 Basic Callous Fragments away from forming what you need to form in order to take that 5-star to rank 5 or that 6-star to rank 2, that's an entirely different discussion. But if you're just going about your business and you're kind of hoarding those Tier 5 Basic Callous Fragments, you'll have much more opportunity for a better price in 2 weeks. Now, let's go to the second tier of this because we know that the tiers matter. I don't see in this description of this offer that it is a uncollected or cavalier restriction. Maybe it is. Last time I think it was, and they just didn't put it in. So let me know in the comments below if you aren't seeing this, because if you aren't seeing this, chances are it's because you're not at least uncollected. Okay, so the second tier, this is going to put you at a very high price. This is going to put you at almost $100 more worth of units for a total unit cash grab of 4,000 units. That's going to give you 11,250 Tier 5 Basic, which, to be honest, I wish that was closer to 15,000, or really 15,000 is 1/3 of a Tier 5 basic. It's still putting the price very high. 4 Tier 4 basics is pathetic in terms of almost $100 for the units. That's what we used to pay for Tier 4 basics 3-4 years ago. 3 Tier 4 class Catalyst crystals, again, not great. 3 greater attack boosts, just tripling what we saw in the first tier, and 200,000 gold, just doubling the gold. So this is definitely meant to not be a great find for the average user. This is a whale only. We know that you throw your money at every offer that we put, no matter how bad it is. I think that first tier is a C+ to B-. I think that second tier, because it really doesn't incentivize you, given how many units you have to throw to jump. Keep in mind, in other deals where it does incentivize you, you see something like a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst at least. Or they really make the ratio for Tier 5 basic fragments way better than the first tier, and they give you at least 1/3 of a Tier 5 basic. But at this point, you're only getting about, 18,000? Yeah, 18,000 Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments, which is slightly over 1/3. But that means, according to Kabam, if you do the math, because this is $150 worth of units, that means that they expect a fully formed Tier 5 basic for you to still cost about $450 worth of units, which means taking a 5-star to rank 5 would be double that, right? It's just a crazy amount of money. And another video I'm going to make in the next 24 hours or so is just talking about my concern about how expensive this game is becoming for the average user and even for the casual spender. And bundles like this really make it apparent that Kabam is trying to up their pocketbooks by still justifying the price of a first-generation car for some pixels to take up a 5-star champion. So, I would say hold off on this. It would be a much better deal if we weren't 2 weeks away from July 4th, but I get that the whales who are rich and who throw their blubber at everything, even if they just sniff a Tier 1 Alpha, are going to throw their units at this. But if you're the player who's just patiently hoarding for July 4th, this should not tempt you to throw your units unless you just really need to take that 5-star or 6-star upper rank, and this is your best opportunity. Otherwise, hold off. You'll be thankful you did. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting my Marvel Casino of Champions YouTube channel. This is another case of the casino trying to take your money.